Most people look at Kanye West and see controversy. I look at Kanye West and see one of the most sophisticated psychological marketers alive. And in this video, I'm going to decode exactly why everything Kanye West does, whether you love him or not, is a masterclass in human psychology, attention, economics, and influence. My name is Quonda Renee. I spent over 10 years studying why people pay attention, why they buy, and how perception creates wealth. I've grown audiences to millions of followers and generated over 1 billion views organically. And what I've learned is that most successful people in the world aren't just talented, they understand psychology. Let's decode Kanye. The first thing you need to understand about Kanye West is that he has never competed for attention the way everyone else does. Most artists, brands, and creators try to get attention by being likable. Kanye understood something completely different. Polarization is more powerful than likability. Think about it. When Kanye does something controversial, what happens? Everyone talks about it. His supporters defend him. His critics attack him. The media covers it and social media explodes. And in the middle of all of that noise, Kanye is the topic. He's not competing for attention. He's engineering it. There's a psychological principle behind this called the mere exposure effect. The more you see something, positive or negative, the more familiar it becomes. And familiarity creates trust, not because people agree with him, but because his name is always presence. Presence is the first step to influence, and Kanye has mastered presence at a level most brands spend millions trying to achieve. But here's where Kanye's psychology gets truly sophisticated. Most artists sell music. Kanye sells access. When he bundled his album with concert tickets, he wasn't just making a business decision. He was making a psychological one. Here's what he understood. People don't buy products. They buy experiences they can't get any other way. By attaching the album to the concert access, he created what psychologists called a bundled identity purchase. You weren't just buying music. You were buying the right to be in the room, the right to say you were there, the right to belong to something exclusive. And exclusivity is one of the most powerful psychological triggers that exists. When something is available to everyone, it loses its value. When something requires a transaction to access, the perceived value multiplies. Kanye didn't just sell an album, he sold belonging. And belonging is something people will always pay a premium for. Now, let's talk about something even deeper. Kanye West sells a product that has nothing to do with music, shoes, or concerts. He sells a perception. Think about it. What it means to be a Kanye fan. It's not passive, it's an identity. Kanye fans don't just listen to his music. They defend him online, they buy his products, they follow every move he makes, they argue about him at dinner tables. That's not just a fan base, that's a tribe. And tribes are built through shared identity, not shared taste. Kanye understood that if he can make people feel like supporting him was a part of who they were or part of who they are, not just what they like, he would have never have to chase attention again. The tribe would generate the attention for him. That's not accidental. That's perception architecture. And it's the same psychological system that built Apple, Nike, Supreme, and every other cult brand in history. So what does all of this mean for you as a creator, entrepreneur, or brand? 3 things. First, stop trying to be likable to everyone. Polarization creates presence, and presence creates familiarity. Familiarity creates trust. Have a point of view strong enough that people either deeply disagree or people deeply agree. Middle of the road content is invisible content. Second, stop selling products. Start selling access, identity, and belonging. What exclusive experience can you attach to your offer? What identity does your brand give people? What tribe are you building around your product? Third, engineer your perception deliberately. Your audience is forming a perception of you whether you guide it or not. The question is, are you architecting that perception intentionally, or are you leaving it to chance? The most successful people and brands in the world leave nothing about perception to chance. Everything is intentional, everything is psychological, everything is designed to create a specific feeling in a specific person. That's not manipulation, that's mastery. If this gave you a different way of thinking about attention, influence, and perception, that's exactly what this channel is for. Every week, I decode the psychology behind the brands, people, and cultural moments that shape how we think about wealth and influence. If you're a creator, entrepreneur, or influential person who wants to understand how to turn your attention into real money, subscribe, because we're just getting started. I'm Quonda Renee, and I'll see you in the next one.